What's more unlucky than having your car burst into flames?
Having it happen twice.
Let's talk about that.
Good, mythical morning.
Today we're going to talk about bad luck. And I just want to say right off the bat, we wish you the best of luck.
We do. Best of luck to you.
In life today and for the rest of your life. Typically, when one speaks of bad luck, you start to think about things like getting a flat tire on the way into a job interview, or stepping in cat bark barefoot.
Oh, has that happened to you?
Well,
Has that happened to anyone?
Of course it happens to people.
Yeah,
if
it's
they're
probably happening to
unlucky.
somebody right now, statistically speaking.
Oh, sorry about that.
Somebody watching this show. Oh, sorry for that.
But today we are taking unluckiness to a whole new level. In fact, to a total extreme.
Right.
Two extremes.
I have done some research on the world's unluckiest man.
Oh, yeah.
Some interesting things happen to him that will make you thankful that you're not him.
But I don't want to give short shrift to the ladies.
Don't shrift it up. Don't shrift it up.
First, I want to share with you who I believe to be the world's most unluckiest woman.
The most unluckiest?
Most unluckiest.
Wow, that's really unlucky because it's also incorrect grammar. So incorrect.
Jean Rogers of Dover Foxcroft, Maine, she has been quoted, Rhett, as saying, "Dying doesn't scare me, but living scares the crap out of me." And here's why.
Okay.
She's gotten a whole litany of stuff here that makes her the most unluckiest woman. For starters, when she was 18, she and a friend were taking pictures on a cruise ship off the coast of Martha's Vineyard.
Oh, that's a girl. Martha's lucky. You got to take a cruise.
Then it takes a turn when she starts backing up to get in the photo, and Jean falls off the back of the ship.
Oh, that's bad.
And if it couldn't get worse, it did. It did get worse, so it did. She's unlucky, so it got worse.
Yes, I'm assuming so.
Her friend is running to get help, falls, hits her head, faints, and can no longer get help, so the ship just goes on. Finally, she comes to, and then she realizes, oh yeah, that's what just happened. So she goes and finds help. They have to turn the whole ship around, and there she is, just waiting in the water.
Jean.
There she just waiting. Unlucky
for a picture
Jean.
to be taken.
Years later, she was selling cosmetics door to door with her son. Let's pause there. Think about that. Okay, now move on. She noticed a funny bird was flying by. Funny bird.
Funny bird.
The funny bird landed on her head. It turned out to be a bat, and the bat was attacking her.
A bat's a very funny bird.
Peeing.
So funny it's a bat.
This wasn't my word. It began peeing on her head, biting her head, and attaching itself to her scalp.
Wow, this bat was...
She continued to go door to door, but this time...
You're in crazy.
She was no longer selling cosmetics. She was now just trying to get help. But people were so freaked out they wouldn't come to the door. She finally went to a vet who smoked the bat out of her hair.
Oh, the vet just didn't smoke. And so well, you got a bat in your hair. She smoked it out. I get it.
The vet smoked it out.
That's a thing that you can do?
Not to mention
I'm going to the vet.
She's been struck by lightning twice. She's been mugged.
Hold on. Don't just skip over that.
No,
don't give that short shrift.
No, she's
been struck by lightning. I mean, the bat in the hair. Okay, that can happen to anybody.
She's been
twice.
The odds of that are 1 in 700,000 for it to happen once. She's been mugged.
Unlikely.
She's been shot.
She's been mugged.
She's been shot at while on horseback, and she's fallen into an open manhole cover.
That's like no, she hasn't.
On a happier note, she accidentally pantsed Mr. Rogers at the pool.
Huh?
This is a true story. You know, Mr. Rogers.
Mr. Rogers?
The Mr. Rogers.
My neighbor?
They have the same last name. The Rogers family was Page. They both get out of the pool. Somehow, she grabs onto the Mr. Rogers' drawstring and pulls his pants down at the pool. How unlucky can you get?
He probably had like long johns under his bathing suit, though.
Because he's so wholesome.
This is Mr. Rogers.
And then
Speedo at least under there.
So then he proceeds to beat the crap out of him.
So the one flaw in Mr. Rogers' character, he sicked a bat on.
No, he wasn't that upset. He just pulled his pants back up.
Yeah. What? Oh my.
She says, "Life's a trip. Don't go anywhere." So that's it.
That's the world's unluckiest woman.
Makes her the most. So can the unluckiest man top that?
I don't know.
Question.
You be the judge, mythical beast. This guy, Frano Solak, he's an 85-year-old music teacher from Croatia. He's basically living in a Final Destination movie.
What do you mean?
Well, in 1962, he was traveling by train from Sarajevo to Dubrovnik when the train suddenly derailed and fell into an icy river. So he's on a train that falls into an icy river.
And then
pretty unlucky. 17 people drown, but not Freno. He manages to swim to safety, and he only ends up with a broken arm.
Wow.
Oh, that's kind of lucky. Unlucky all at the same time. Next year, 1963, not to be outdone, he decides he's going to take his first airplane flight.
Oh, no.
This would turn out to be his last airplane flight. So the plane starts going down in the middle of the flight.
Because he's on it.
The door flies open and sucks him out. Just like one of those, it's like a movie. All this only happens in the movie, that you get sucked out of the plane.
Did he land in an icy river again?
He landed in a haystack.
Oh.
I'm not making this up. He
So
landed in a haystack and survived. Everyone else on board, all 19 people, did not land in a haystack. They stayed in the plane and died.
He got sucked out and lived?
Yeah. Like, I'm just only getting started with this guy. There's a 1 in 4 million chance that you'll be in a plane crash. I don't know what the chances are you'll be in a plane crash, be sucked out, and then land in a haystack. No one has done the research on that.
After the train in the icy river thing.
In 1966, just a few years later, he's in a bus. He's like, I'm not going in this plane anymore. I go on the plane with no wings. The bus.
Transportation does not work for this guy.
So this, again, but he cannot avoid an icy river because it skids off the road into an icy river.
What?
He swims to the shore, mostly unharmed. 1970.
Still living, still ticking.
He's like, I don't ride the bus now. I ride my car. His own car.
Good.
So he's in his own car. Do you like when I go into do an impersonation of him? Do you like that?
I love it.
Tell me to stop if you don't.
It's
like
accurate. It's accurate.
His car spontaneously bursts into flames because his fuel tank explodes.
That happens every day.
He narrowly escapes, but he decides to. I will keep the ride the car. I have to get away get around somehow. 1973, car fire again. This time, the faulty fuel pump causes flames to shoot out of the air vents. This is like having a blowtorch. You turn on the heat and it's blowtorch.
Yeah.
Singes most of his hair off.
How much hair did he have?
I don't know. I haven't seen the pre-pictures. But there's a quiet period for 22 years.
Oh, just a ticking time bomb.
22 years later, in 1995, he's not, I only walk. I walk everywhere I go. He gets run over by a bus.
What? He got run over by a bus?
Run over by a bus. Again, walks away.
Was the bus full of icy river water?
And bruises. No, he did not. It did not knock him into an icy river. 1996, the very next year, he's driving. I drive again. Why not? He's driving again through the mountains, and he runs head first towards a giant truck. He swerves to avoid it, sending the car off of a 300-foot cliff. Now you got to think. This is it. Freno, he's going to die now. What can he do? Well, I jump out of car into tree.
What?
He jumps out of the car like a freaking Tom Cruise, like Mission Impossible. Jumps out of the car, lands in the tree, hangs out in the tree until rescuers show up. And then everything, at the age of 76, everything takes a turn in a new direction because he starts to think to himself, I'm sort of interpolating here, you know what? I may be the luckiest man in the world.
That's what
I
I'm
survived
thinking.
all this thing.
That's what I'm thinking. He's simultaneously the unluckiest and luckiest at the same time.
And he proves it. Like, he goes and buys a lottery ticket.
No.
And wins $1 million. Or what? Rubles? I don't know how many rubles that is. I don't know if that's the correct term. But anyway, he wins the lottery.
I can't even believe it.
It seems like a movie. But apparently it's all true. He gives away most of the money. He ends up finding love with his most recent wife, his fifth wife, fifth time's a charm.
Did he get
lucky? And he gets, probably with all of them. And then he gets featured in an amazing Doritos commercial recounting his story and all the things that have happened to him. So now he's even getting royalty. You know, he's getting that commercial money.
He's now royalty?
No, he's not royalty. He's just making that residuals is what the word I was looking for. Residuals.
Wow.
Now I make residuals.
And what's his attitude like?
He's just, you know what? He's like, throw me in an icy river. I don't care. I'm married 5 women. I've almost died 1,000,000 times.
He needs to be a stuntman in movies. This is amazing. Let us know the most unluckiest thing that's ever happened to you, but just keep it positive in the comments.
And thanks for liking and commenting.
You know what time it is.
I'm Annabeth. And I'm Olivia. And we are in Nashville, Tennessee. time to spin the wheel of mythicality.
If you want to see Good Mythical Morning a day early, remember you can do that at vessel.com/rhett-and-link. Every day, one day early.
Also, our main channel video is 72 hours earlier. Check it out. Click through to Good Mythical Morning. We share our auto accident brushes with unluckiness.
Shout out to toothpicks.
Shout out to you, toothpicks.
More Americans choke on you than any other object.
But you're so essential that you're included in some Swiss Army knives.
Archaeological evidence shows that Neanderthals used you.
And when you're lackadaisically hanging from some dude's lip, you automatically make him look cool.
If it's 1956.
Toothpicks.
Another child gave my child a griddle brush.
Trying to kill him.
And I was like, well, son, I'm taking that. You're 11.